another Ace Attorney stream. Tonight we're going to be starting episode 3, Recipe for Turnabout. So let's get into it. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This case is extremely clear. I see no route for misinterpretation into the facts. It wasn't me, I swear it wasn't me. The evidence and testimony we have seen and heard. The victim was alone at the table when he drank. No, you're wrong. I know what I saw. I saw someone else there. A man. He's the real killer. Phoenix? No, that can't be Phoenix. It has to be someone else. Why won't anyone believe me? Well, I'd say that pretty much wraps up this case up, wouldn't you, Mr. Wright? This court finds the defendant guilty. This court is adjourned. What's happening? The start of the new year always makes me feel like I can take on the whole world. I bet it does, Maya. So I've decided that our resolution should be Zavari, take on the world. Oh no. Look at me has rubbed off on her. Oh my god. Oh, just a moment. Need to do something quickly here. Alright. What do you think? Sure, whatever, Maya, but I think maybe you've had more than enough mistletoe cake. Never! You've got to eat a lot of cake during New Year's. It's practically a tradition. Like watching the fireworks on TV or playing a board game. Hey, pal! Hey, Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe. Happy New Year, Detective. Likewise. Now, listen up, right? Here's to another fruitful year of lawyer-police cooperation. Yeah, me too. Alright, pal, you've got some explaining to do. Have you got a holiday present for me, Detective? A what? Well, here, have this. It's really nothing much, but... Yay, thanks! Look, pal, we need to have a talk. Take a seat. Hey, what about Pearly? You haven't forgotten her present, have you? No. I mean, yes. I mean, no. Are you doing this on purpose? Haha, guess I'm busted. How did you like my first practical joke of the year? Very funny, pal. Now, let's see how funny you think it is when I show you this. What is it? A magazine? Hey, I wanna see. Deadly poisoning brings guilty verdict. Defense Attorney Wright trounced. Trounced? Let me see that. The defense attorney gave an almost childishly amateur performance yesterday. What the heck is this? It's a report, pal, about you. Listen to this. Mr. Wright must take full responsibility for the ruling on this case. Well, and don't tell me you don't remember anything about it. But I don't remember anything about it. When was that issue from anyway? December of last year, which I guess makes it last month. Which makes it old news, you mean? But I wasn't involved in a poisoning case in December. So what do you think this is all about, Nick? If it wasn't you, pal, then that leaves only one possibility. No way. You don't mean a phony Nick? This must be Gumshoe's idea of a joke. Guess he's starting off the year with one, too. Magazine clipping. An article from December 5th says I was trounced and my client was found guilty. So, what are you going to do about it, pal? What do you mean, what am I going to do about it? Well, it's your fault that the judge found the defendant guilty in this case. My fault? How do you figure that? Because the Phoenix Wright is super famous now. Well, maybe only sort of. Yeah. See, what happens when you hot shots start getting too full of yourselves? But I didn't do anything wrong. At least, not that I can remember. You better make this right, pal, now. And that means taking the case back to court. Got it. It sounds like we've got our first case of the new year. Let's tackle it with gusto. I don't know, the judge already issued a guilty verdict once in this case. It's not going to be easy to get it overturned. I guess that New Year's resolution is going to have to wait until next year. So you're taking the case, right? Good. Now, I'm gonna head over to the courthouse then. After that, I'll go back to the precinct. Drop by if you need something, okay, pal? What a start to their year. Jeez. I guess people are starting to know the name Phoenix Wright. If a client entrusted a case to me based on my reputation, I guess I am kind of responsible. But why would someone want to impersonate me? What sort of guy would do that? Somebody who might be trying to get away with something by pretending to be you? I guess. So it seems like, what do I do sort of thing. So, let's move, Criminal Affairs Department. It's been ages since we came back down to the precinct, huh, Nick? Looks like Gumshoe isn't around. He's got it so easy, leaving everyone else to do their work. No, he's out there somewhere. My bet is on the courthouse. He's probably trying to arrange the retrial of this case. Guess that means we should go down to the detention center and chat with our killer, huh? After being convicted without a fair trial, I'm not sure killer is the right label. Yeah. This is so nerve-wracking, waiting to meet our new client. I wonder just what kind of person you tricked and got found guilty. Keep it down, Maya. That kind of talk could ruin me. Ah! How could you, Mr. Wright? How could you do this to me? You're Maggie, right? They put me in solitary. I haven't been able to stop crying. Aren't you? Yes, I am. I am totally and utterly let down. Ah, are you? Don't pretend you don't know me. It's Maggie. Remember? Maggie Bird? Maggie Bird. Ah. Maggie Bird. She's the policewoman I defended that one time. She was accused for murdering her lover. She was accused for murdering her lover. He was a cop, too. What are you doing in here? Didn't I get you a quit? Oh, sure, very funny. After that fifth-rate defense job, you come in here and start making jokes. You better hurry up and tell her what happened, Nick. Oh, I see. So that's where we stand right now. I'm sorry you've been caught up in another murder. My whole life has been for nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Yeah, I vaguely remember her saying the exact same thing last time. Remember her, not being so great with luck. But I don't mind. What's one more disaster in my life? You seem too happy about that. At least now the real Mr. Wright is here with me. I won't let the world keep me down, sir. Good. Can't let that world keep you down. So, how come you're dressed like that, Maggie? Last year you looked so sharp in that police uniform. I was fired after that incident last year. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I don't mind one bit. I enjoyed being on the force, but I think it was time for me to move on. So, what do you do now? In the second act of The Life of Maggie Bird, I'm playing the role of a waitress. A waitress? Yes, in a French restaurant. It's a small place, but it's quite fashionable. My charming smile and shapely figure came through for me. And the owner, Mr. Armstrong, hired me straight away, sir. And then you got into this mess straight away, right? Yeah, you could put it that way. She really doesn't have good luck, does she? This whole mess started on the 3rd of last month. And it happened at Tribien. Tribien? Yes, it's a restaurant where good service and friendly smile are always included. Oh. There were 2 men at the table, both drinking coffee. They're really making that look like Phoenix, huh? That must be his doppelganger that they're talking about in that case. In this case, then. And then one of the men slipped some poison into the victim's cup. The victim took just one sip and was gasping for air. I was so shocked I passed out. Hey, hold on there, Maggie. What? You keep calling the guy the victim. Didn't you know the guy who was killed? Not at all. I'd never even seen the guy before. Oh. So she wouldn't have had a motive to kill him, then, I guess. And the other man, the killer, you saw him, right? Of course. A good waitress must be attentive to the clientele. So, you saw the killer, but you were found guilty of the crime anyway. How come? You tell me, Mr. Wright. Ack! Guess my answer to my question is my phony. Anyway, she saw the killer. Better see if I can get a description of the guy. Okay, tell me about the guilty verdict first. So, if you saw the murder, why were you still convicted? Because no one else saw. Saw what? The other man. The one who put the poison in the victim's cup. Everyone testified that way, Mr. Armstrong, the customer. Everyone. The victim was sitting alone at the table the whole time. But how's that possible? I don't know, but nobody, not one person, would believe me, sir. Even Phoenix Wright, my one last hope for a fair trial, failed me. What a pathetic defense. My granny could have done a better job. Look, that wasn't me, okay? And then they found someone a bit incriminating on my apron pocket. What? A small bottle of poison. What? But poison? It was in your pocket? Well, I passed out when the victim collapsed. The killer must have slipped the poison into my pocket when I was unconscious. And no one else saw this other guy. Oh, and no one else saw this other guy. No, sir. That's what everyone said, but I don't see how they could have missed him. Okay, tell me about the other guy then. I was the one who took the coffee to the two men. Oh, and what was your impression of them? Well, when I first saw them, I kind of thought they might be in the music industry. In music? How come? Well, one of them had some sort of earpiece, and an emo musician's look about him. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. An earpiece and a sample CD, huh? Did you get a look at the CD at all? It had a band's name written on it. I think it was something like MC something. They must have been preparing for the debut, I guess. So it was the band CD. Maybe a promo disc? Maybe it was MC Screwdriver. I doubt it. Get serious, Maya. Would you buy the CD of a group named that? Nah. What was the name of that group again? MC Hacksaw? No, MC... But what about the killer? What did he look like? Well, I don't really remember. Sorry guys, I need to go to the washroom quickly, so I'll be right back. Alright. Bathroom break finished. Well, I don't really remember. Only that he was a young man, well built like the victim, really. Alright. What do I have here? Can show her the article, maybe? Oh, yeah, I need to ask you about this. Hey, this article's about my case. Can you tell me anything about the guy who was pretending to be me? Yes, sir. It was the morning after I'd been arrested. I met you in the visitor's room here. You were wearing one of your super sharp suits. Me? Yes, you, Mr. Wright. Uh... Hey, Maggie. Was my evil double AM here too? No, I don't remember a phony you, Maya. Oh. It would have been so cool. I don't think that would have been cool, Maya. I think, well, the phony Phoenix has already gotten Phoenix in so many troubles. I don't think we need a phony Maya getting her into trouble as well. Then you got really worked up and passionate. I'm gonna get you cleared of this crime, you hear? You said. Okay, I get the picture, but you've met me in person before. So how come you didn't realize that guy wasn't the real me? I guess, looking back now, it was a little strange. Only a little? Well, okay, so you were a bit taller than normal, and you looked a bit shady. And your voice was a bit weird. Oh, and you had this... So the guy was nothing like me then. But he had your spiky hair and blue suit. Is that all it takes for someone to imitate me? How about everyone else in the courtroom? Like the judge and the observers. Didn't they realize he was an imposter? Everyone had these big question marks on their faces. But it seemed that no one wanted to say anything, sir. This case just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Mr. Wright, do you think it's possible to get a retrial? Probably. The court ruled in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. So we should be able to get a retrial. Mr. Wright, do you think we'll win next time, sir? My life has been a full course meal of bad luck, complete with defeat for dessert. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. How can somebody have so much bad luck, though? I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of food, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. I question how you were even a police officer if you failed almost every test. But I guess it's a fictional story, so, make it make sense. I even landed a phony lawyer when I had the misfortune of being accused for murder. But I will survive because Maggie Bird always lives to fight another day. And one day I'll find it. Just you wait and see, sir. I'm shocked that she's so optimistic with all her bad luck. That's something to really look up towards, I think. I'll find that one single moment of good luck. Uh, ha- what is Maya saying? Zinyov is really gonna pay for this. What are you staring at me like that for? But Maya's right. Oh, I see what she was doing. She was putting Phoenix's name like backwards. It doesn't make another name though. Anyway, whoever it is that thought it was a good idea to use my name and get an innocent girl convicted of murder had better watch out. We'll find him, don't you worry. We'll get that Zinyoff for you. Thank you. Oh, I'll tell you where Tres Bien is then. Tres. Oh, right, the restaurant where the murder took place. Yes, sir. When you go, please tell Mr. Armstrong I said hi. Sure. All right, Nick. Let's go check out this restaurant and its food. All right. Go check out Tres Bien. Wow, look at this place. Look, more like smell. What is with the suffocating scent of flowers in here? Then again, girls like that kind of thing, right? Yeah, scent of flowers is nice. Not an overwhelming scent, though. I don't think anybody likes scent that's too overwhelming. Actually, I'm not all that into it. There we go. Maya gets it. No one's coming to see us. Maybe there's no one here. Don't be silly, Maya. This is a restaurant and it's open for business. Hello? Anyone here? I don't believe it. There really isn't anyone here. Perfect. Let's get intrusive. If there's no one here, we can take anything we want. That's not what it means, Maya. Don't let me get you arrested for stealing. Feel like there's been many times where I could have gotten her arrested for stealing. Yeah, I suppose we can. Why would Phoenix think that, though? Maybe he's just tired of Maya's shenanigans and isn't fighting back anymore. It's the restaurant's front entrance. There's a sign hanging on the door written in French. It probably says open or closed. It must be one or the other, but I don't know which since I don't know Jaqua about French. Well, how do you know the place is even open to begin with? To be fair, I wouldn't know either. I took a little bit of French, but for me, I don't know if that's closed or open. It's a rack full of fashion magazines, and they're all in French. You know what? I'm sure the sign said closed and they just walked in anyway. Why don't you try wearing something a bit more chic sometime, huh, Maya? Yeah, I guess I could. I'm always in my acolyte clothes, aren't I? It'd be fun to wear normal clothes every now and then. Nothing wrong with trying some more normal clothes out. Though there's nothing wrong with her keeping her acolyte clothes on either. There's something stuffed in behind the rack. Yeah, I've noticed that. Looks like a sports paper to me. Hey, and look at this. Someone scribbled a little doodle on one of the pages. What does the doodle say? MC Bomber. There we go. That's what it was. MC Bomber. MC Bomber and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 100,000. $100,000 maybe? I wonder what MC Bomber is supposed to be. Well, it's obviously supposed to be that musician that Maggie was talking about. Because she kept saying, like, oh, it was MC something, I can't remember what it is. If something says MC Bomber, I'm pretty sure it was MC Bomber. This paper is from December 3rd. It also says 500,000 on the other page over there. This paper's from the day of the poisoning. What? Sports paper added to the court record. Sports paper dates from December 3rd, the day of the incident, found at Tribulations. A paper from the day of the murder. This has got to be a clue. I should see if I can find out some more about this paper. Yeah. Why didn't that get checked off? Okay, now it's checked off. Look at all the little trinkets tucked away in here. I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all of these personally. Let's see. A bouquet of flowers, some potpourri, and look, fine bone china cups. Oh, potpourri. That's what it was. I never knew you were so cultured. Come on, Maya. This is common knowledge. Any Joe Schmo knows this much. Hey, I've never seen potpourri spelt before, so... I don't know. Obviously, I don't know this stuff. Look, it's one of those magical boxes that spits out money. You know, you're the only person who would ever describe a cash register that way. Yeah. No, nobody would have described it that way for sure. Okay, let's slide to the other half. You know what, let's start to the left and work our way to the right, since that seems to be where the crime took place. This table's set nicely. It just needs a customer. What do you think this flower is, Nick? Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like a tulip, and it's not a sunflower, I don't think. Well, tulips and sunflowers look very different. And I'm pretty sure sunflowers are only yellow, and that's definitely not yellow, so... I can't tell if Phoenix is trying to pretend to know flowers, or if he somewhat knows but also doesn't know so well either. I don't know. Duh, even you could have told you that. Well, those are only kinds of flowers I know, dang it. I'm a lawyer, not a botanist. Okay, he was just pretending to know flowers then. See, I can't quite see the I know there's a rose on the wall over here. I don't know flowers very well either. This must be the table where the murder occurred. I guess so, with all this police tape around it. And that stain must be from the poisoned coffee. Don't go licking the tablecloth, okay, Maya? Why would I lick it? I'm not a cat, you know. Then why can't I picture you just doing just that? You know what? I can picture her doing that. Oh my god. This restaurant has partitions that separate the tables. When you're seated at the table, you can only see the tables to your right or left. I see. Well, that's a good thing to keep note of. Wow, it's a beautiful winter wonderland out there. Really? Cool. I love snow. Let me see. Didn't you guys just come from outside? Also, I'm really not looking forward to snow this year. Well, see, snow is fun when you're little and love playing in it and everything, but, Yeah, I don't know. Nowadays, I'm just like, you know what? Let's have snow for Christmas, and then it can just go away. But that's hardly what ever happens. Huh? It's not white. It's not even snowing. Got you. I was only kidding, Maya. Okay, how did he get her since they were just outside then? I guess it could have just started snowing when they got in, but still. Actually, I kind of like how Nick's becoming a little prankster. I guess Maya's rubbing off on him. There are lies that are okay to tell, and lies that definitely aren't. All I did was tell an itty-bitty white lie about non-existent white snow. I guess it was a lie that she was not okay with him telling. Let's see, anything else in here? I don't see anything. I think we looked at everything. Maybe there's something here I missed? I don't think there is. I'm guessing this picture is of Mr. Armstrong, the owner. Yeah, I don't really see anything going on here. Show her this, I guess. Oh, a sports paper. Let's see. Did Gutson Braun manage to defend his heavyweight title? Sorry, Maggie, that paper is actually a month old. It's from the day of the murder. The Gutson got knocked out yesterday, I'm afraid. Oh, no. I found this paper in the magazine rack at Tribulations. Really? That's strange. Tribulations doesn't get newspapers. Mr. Armstrong says he's not really fond of them. Then maybe one of the customers left it behind. Anyway, what I want you to take a look at is the scribble over here. Aha! That's it, sir! MC Bomber. That was the name that was written on that CD. Just as I thought. I guess it was an MC Screwdriver after all, huh? Well, obviously. So, that $100,000 must be a down payment for a record deal, right? If someone gave me $100,000, I'd sing for sure. The Master of Karain, or the Spirit Song, or even Maya's theme. Okay, Maya. So, if the sample CD was on the victim's table, that means this newspaper may have belonged to the victim. You're right. So, the victim left this behind on the day of the murder, huh? I think we better step up the investigation, don't you, Nick? Alright. See if Gumshoe's back. Doesn't look like it. Let's go back to the detention center and then go back to Tribulations. There we go. Ooh la la, bonjour. Welcome to La Tribulations. Oh, hello? What happened to Maya? She's frozen stiff. Oh. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I already don't like this guy. Benvue. Welcome to my petite restaurant. Huh? B Avenue? Oh non, my petit chaloupe. Huh? Me? Look at Z's face. Like la kitten rejected by its own mother. Are you fatigued, non? Alors, you needs this. An aromatic bath oil meringue a la neroli a la rose. My personal recommendation. You think I need what? Oui, just add a couple of drops of these mixture to la bath water and voila! It'll soothe your body and your mind. It's simply fantastique. Really? And for le monsieur? Who? Me? Look at that face. Like the puppy rejected by life itself. Are you fatigued? Non? If you, monsieur, I recommend this. Oil of bergamot. And maybe hint of wee. I will add the peppermint and the clary sage for fragrance. Exceptional. Such an invigorating recipe will bring out your delicious beauty, monsieur. My beauty? Alors, if you will be seated, I will bring you the special menu of the day. Actually, we're not here to eat. We're lawyers. Mais bien sûr. I know this already, monsieur. You are the Phoenix Wright, non? Yes. You know me? Me's, oui. I never forget a man who flirts with me, especially in court. I guess he was cross-examined by our mysterious Zenioff. It looks like everyone to do with this case knows who I am already. I wonder what sort of impression Zenioff's been leaving on people, you know? Allow me to introduce myself to you again. I am Jean Armstrong. Enchanté. Can really tell my French is rusty. Très bien. So what does très bien mean? I know très, that means 3, right? No. Très bien is français. In English, you would say very good. Oh, very good. Oui, exactement. The atmosphere is très bien and the cuisine is très bien. If the food's so good, why aren't there any customers in here? My cuisine is not for all. Some people, they do not appreciate la haute cuisine. I thought everyone liked hot cuisine. Since I have lost Maggie, I do not have enough ends. Oh, you're running this place on your own now. Oui, for the moment. No one has answered my advertisement. Oh, pour moi. Please don't eyeball me when you say that. I am the chef. I am the manager. I am also a trained aromatherapist. Aroming what? A practitioner of the aromatherapy, the art of soothing the soul with the delicate floral aromas. Delicate? The smell coming from the bottle earlier was anything but. So, could you tell me what you know about the incident? Bien! It makes me sad to remember it, yet I remember it so well. More than a month has passed since it has happened. Yeah, I guess it's been about a month since Maggie's sentencing. So, I was this 3rd of last month, just after 1 of the afternoon. A man who was in the ear for a coffee suddenly became ill. Because of the poison in his coffee? That is the truth, as I know it. It was Maggie who took his drink to him. I was in the kitchen and heard the sound of someone collapsing. When I came out to see what it was, he was already slumped in his chair. He was dead. Mon Dieu. Oui, he was dead. Maggie had passed out also. And this man who died, was he alone? Oui, monsieur. All alone. I know that Maggie said there was someone else, but I see. The police asked me many times. Are you sure there was no one else at the table? They asked. I am not the only one. The old man said the same thing. Old man? What old man? So who is this old man that you mentioned? At the time of the murder, there was another customer in there. What? Someone else saw it? Me's we. As usual, he came alone that day. At the time of the murder, he was here. He saw it too. But he said the same thing, that there was no one at the victim's table. But Maggie swears there were two people. Me's Mademoiselle the lawyer, he could not prove this, no? About the lawyer, that was me, I suppose. Me's bien, sir. Wow, he's the first person who said it wasn't me. Don't kid yourself, Nick. Humph. Now, who's the one making stuff up? Okay, let's show him stuff. I'm not a lawyer myself. I do not wish to speak out of turn, but your defense in that day was a little, how do you say, lacking, perhaps. Even a Frenchman who cannot speak any English could have done a better job. You were very cool, though. Oh, oui, so handsome. Wow, I wonder just how bad the defense could have been. Every time you opened your mouths, the old courthouse stirred. Oh man, that is something I don't want to imagine. We found the sports paper in the magazine rack here. One of my customers must have left it behind. Do you have any idea which customer it was? The only ideas I have, mademoiselle, I save for my kitchen. Alright, oh, let's present... Let's see... Have Godot again. Let's ask about Gumshoe. I'm sure he met Gumshoe. About this. Felicitations. Mazquesist? I really don't remember anything from French class. Je ne comprehend. Nick, don't just make something up. Okay. Maggie was a policewoman once. N'est-ce pas? Yes, she had to quit for reasons beyond her control. Oui, she was le suspect in the murder investigation, no? Oh, you know about that? Of course he does. That is why I gave her la perfume for la happiness. happiness perfume. We blended from bergamot, like I've given you before. But she's been arrested again and found guilty this time. This is true. Our natural aroma of unhappiness must have been very strong. Just admit your perfume doesn't work. I'm not surprised she was la prime suspect. After something like that took place before my very eyes. What did you see then? Something like what? What's this guy talking about? Does this mean Maggie did have a motive? We've got to ask this guy for more info. Stat. Alright. Let's go ask this guy for more info. Let's see if Maggie has motive at all. When Maggie took the coffee over to the victim, did anything happen? I suppose you could say so. So what happened? No, it was nothing. Look, Maggie says she didn't even know the guy. But she's still been indicted for murder. The prosecution must have come up with some sort of motive. It was true. If there was anything at all between Maggie and the victim, it could be relevant. So please, tell us anything you know. Psyche locks already? And 3 at that? Wow. You know, after the first 2 cases, I was like, okay, usually after the first 2 cases, the game stops holding your hand so much and you're a bit more on your own, but I did not expect this, you know? No way, what are we going to do, Nick? We'll just have to remove... What the? What's wrong? The Magatama. It's gone. What? We lost the Magatama? I was not expecting that. Huh? I had it in my pocket, but it's vanished into thin air. Okay, Phoenix, things can't just vanish into thin air. Must have lost it somehow. Or somebody must have took it. One or the other, really. What? But I could see the psyche locks. Maybe that means the Magatama is nearby. Well, it must mean that it's nearby, at least. We'll have to go find it. Mr. Armstrong, could I just confirm something with you again? The table where the victim was sitting. Was anyone else sitting there? That is a question you will have to ask yourselves. Huh? The old man spends all of his time in Dans le Parc. Park? Oh, a park. What park's that? Behind the restaurant. It is called Vitamin Square. Thank you. Je vous en prie, my dear. Let's go check this Vitamin Square right now, Nick. Jeez, the French is really slowing me down. Alright, well. Let's just go to the park before I have to read any more French. So, this is Vitamin Square. Yeah, I see where they get the name from now. The fruits scream vitamins at you. I guess so. I guess most fruits are vitamin. Most fruits are vitamin flavored. Most vitamins are fruit flavored. Hey, Nick. That's the guy, right? Isn't that the old man Mr. Armstrong was talking about? That grouchy looking grandpa? He's throwing seeds out for the pigeons. Maya, he's not throwing seeds for them. He's throwing seeds at them. Oh boy. I don't like the sound of this music. Something tells me this guy is gonna be tough to deal with. Ugh, my grumpiness threat level has just been raised to red. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Excuse me. Would you mind if I had a word with you? Yes. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. What's the matter with you? Can't you see I'm busy? So you don't like my seeds, eh, pigeons? He's really chucking those seeds at them. That's gotta hurt. Go on, eat this. Jeez, he really doesn't like pigeons. Excuse me, sir, can I ask you about Maggie Bird? I don't know any Maggie Bird. Yes, you do, Maggie, the waitress at Tres Bien. Ka, that disgrace, I tell you, an utter disgrace. A disgrace? An innocent young girl revealing herself like that. Revealing? You mean her uniform? The youth today, they don't have any shame. No shame, I tell you, not 1 ounce. Whatever happened to the old Bushido values of Japan, like honor and modesty? What the? I'm not wearing anything revealing. You! Your problem is your lack of sense of grace. Talk about hitting a girl where it hurts. Do you go to Tres Bien a lot? That miserable excuse for a restaurant. That garbage they serve and there's not food. Where's the sushi? The tempura? The rice? Tres Bien is a French restaurant, sir. Where do you think we are, boy? In Paris? I want real food, not those snooty snacks. And what about those shameless girls? You mean the waitresses? You can see all the way up to yes, the waitresses. They're practically naked. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Well, isn't it? Listen, it's not my restaurant. Ka, it's a miserable excuse for a restaurant. That place miserable. Jeez. Also, a maid outfit is not anywhere close to naked. Unless it's a sexy one, I guess. But, like, dude, really? He certainly knows the place. He must be regular. But why is he irregular? Like, does he just like complaining and being angry all the time? So he goes to places he doesn't like or something? That must be it. But if he hates it so much, why does he keep going? That's exactly what I was questioning, Phoenix. Are you regular at that restaurant, sir? It's just, you dislike it so much. Why would you keep going there? Sir? There you are, you filthy pigeons! You want food? Haha, take that! He must be hiding something, right? If he is, we should be able to see a psyche lock or two. Oh wait, I don't exactly have the Magatama right now, huh? Remember, Nick, that Magatama is only on loan. You'd better find it or else. If Pearls ever gets wind of this, I'm going to be in a world of pain. Alright, Show him some stuff? Excuse me, sir, could I ask you about this? Sir? Here you go, boy. How does some pigeon feed sound to you? This wasn't exactly what I was hoping to get out of this guy. Do you know anything about this? Okay, I don't think so. Yeah. Alright. Maybe if I present my badge to him? Excuse me, sir. Could I ask you about this? Okay, no. Alright, let's go back to Trisbian. No. Examine? Magatomo's around here somewhere, isn't it? It's a rack full of fashion magazines, and they're all in French. Looks like Mr. Armstrong doesn't get any newspapers. Well, it wouldn't exactly suit the feel of this place, would it? Why don't you try wearing something a bit more chic, like in these mags, Maya? Yeah, I'd look stunning in some of those Parisian frocks, huh? We found that sports paper behind the magazine rack earlier. I'd better try to find out everything I can about it. I was hoping the Megatom maybe slipped in there or something. I guess not. Alright. Anything that I can examine again? Don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's go back to the detention center, I guess? Present. I don't know, talk about this guy, I guess? Oh, so you met the owner, Mr. Armstrong? He's, oh, how can I put this? Pretty unique, huh? He has a really intense aura as a chef and as a person. Yeah, he was pretty intense aroma, too. So, did Mr. Armstrong really not see the killer? Apparently not. Well, he's in the kitchen all the time, so I guess it's possible that he didn't. Gumshoe back, no. Go here. Nope. Maybe, let's check out Vitamin Square again. Let's maybe examine some things. I don't know if we could get anything about out of it, but we'll see. I used to love sandboxes like you wouldn't believe. Really? You? Sure, finding iron fillings in the sand with a magnet was my favorite thing to do. Iron fillings? Wow, that's too exciting for words. It was my ambition to collect every single shred of iron in the sand. I was only a kid back then. So, did you manage to get all the iron? No, I never did. I think I came close, though. Come to think of it, I still have all the iron fillings I found way back when. You want them? No. Definitely don't want those. This place is so fruity. That's not a bad thing. Besides, I love apples. They're among my favorites. I think bananas is one of my favorites. I also like strawberries a lot. Out of the things in this park, anyway. Now, outside the park, I like pears. Then that apple slide is perfect for you. And what is so perfect about it? Oh, come on, don't be a stick in the mud. Slide down it a few times. Go on, woo! No way. I'd get covered in sand if I slid down that slide. Anyone can see that. Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, I'd give it a try, too. Hey, look, pigeons. Yeah, and heaps of them, too. Did you know that pigeons are a symbol of peace? That's a dove, not a pigeon. Poor things. So they can't be symbols of peace and harmony just because they're gray? Is that it? Probably. I would assume a dove is the symbol of peace. Mostly just because it's white and pure, I guess. I'm sure it's some sort of pure thing. You're overthinking this one by just a smidge, Maya. There's one that looks white over here. Ooh, there's a magazine here. It's a magazine full of job listings. You disgusting rogue picking up something someone else threw away. Threw away? Did you throw this away? Are you looking for a job? Ka! That's none of your business. Sorry, I guess I'll just take the magazine with me then. I don't want anyone else having it. Give it back. Too bad. Now that you want it so bad, I don't want to give it up. Picked up from a bench in Vitamin Square, thrown away by the old man. Oh, I think I know what's going on. He wants to be one of the waitresses at Tribulations. Hey, that's mine. Looking at this orange reminds me. Of what? That you're supposed to eat a lot of them to ward off colds in the winter. It can't have fun during the holidays if you're sick in bed, you know? You don't have to tell me twice. Okay. See, anything else? Cherries there. I like cherry flavor things. I don't like cherries themselves though. Let's see, I've already kind of talked to him. Maybe move back to Tribulations. Let's present him with the magazine. Mademoiselle! Yes? Are you looking for the job? What? No, I just... Let me see. Your style is different, but you have a good face. Different? Felicitations! You have passed, and you're hired. Bien! Come with me. I will teach you everything I know. Nick! Help! I don't know whether to laugh or feel bad for Maya. Maybe I should do both. Phoenix, don't laugh at her. Just feel bad. Oh. Great, now she's just gone. And I can examine this again for some reason. Absolutely atrocious. Some of them have been circled in red. I really hope Mr. Armstrong is not thinking of buying those. Well, thinking about Mr. Armstrong? Why wouldn't he? There's a bunch of little trinkets on the shelf by the door. I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all these personally. It's really tight behind the cash register counter. Can Mr. Armstrong even get in there? And if he got in, could he get out again? I don't know. I guess I could just examine everything and it'll just be not with Maya's dialogue. I just hope we find the Magatama soon, because obviously it's somewhere around here. Mr. Armstrong must be a pretty big neat freak. He already got this table ready to go. Now, if only the food in this place was edible. How do you know it's not edible? Have you eaten here before, Phoenix? It looks pretty cold out there on the streets. Peaceful though. It's nice that people can take it easy after the holiday rush. Yeah, holiday rush is, well, Halloween's coming up soon. So, I shouldn't say a holiday rush is coming up soon yet, but it'll come faster than we think, I feel. This must be the table where the poisoning occurred. The stain tells the story well. The whole area is still cor cordoned cordoned off the police tape. I guess it must still be under investigation. Throat's getting a bit sore. Have some drink. There we go. Already feels a bit better. So what now? Do we just leave without Maya, or I guess so. No, it doesn't look like we can really. Oh, this is different. At least something's different. Looks like they have Maggie in questioning. I guess I've asked her pretty much everything. I'll come back if there's anything else I need to ask her later. Alright, does that mean we can go to the Criminal Affairs Department now? Oh, looks like it. Well, pal, have you found the evidence yet? The one that's going to find her innocent? No, not yet. We've only just started our investigation. Well, whatever you need to know, I'll give you the dirt on it. I'm putting off all my other cases for now, pal. Gumshoe's really fired up about this. Oh yeah, one more thing. The retrial's been approved. Court seating at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And Godot's gonna be the prosecutor. Oh, him. Well, honestly, out of all the prosecutors we've seen, he's probably the second least scary, so I'm not that worried. Now, listen up, pal. If Maggie's found guilty again, yes? I'll make sure you get locked up good for it. Got it? Alright. So, the guilty party was Maggie Bird, huh? Yeah. Back when she was on the police force. You were her mentor when she was a rookie, right? Yeah, I kept a close eye on her. I mean, not too close, you know? Just say it. She was probably like a daughter to you or something. Hey, what's with the funny look, pal? I was just her. It wasn't anything like. Look, sure, I was her boss when she was doing her training. But that was it. Nothing happened. Gumshoe Sir is sweating up a storm over nothing. So that's it. Our big old Gumshoe has a little old crush on Maggie. Oh, you know what? That makes more sense. I don't like her or anything. Hey, people who say that usually like the person they're talking about. I was note to self, gossip with Maya about this later. Look, pal, don't tell anyone, okay? You've got to keep it a secret, got it? Sure. He's so gonna tell Maya later. And would you mind not guessing what I'm thinking all the time? Hey, tell your face pal. Not me. You'd have to be blind not to see what's on your mind. So, I was wondering, could you fill me in on the victim? Glenn Elg. He was a computer programmer. Okay. I see, a programmer. He was just a regular Joe working for a small-time computer firm. So, not a musician? Maggie never had any contact with the guy before that day. And all she did was take him his coffee on the day of the murder, pal. Yeah, Maggie also claimed to have never seen the guy before. Did the victim go to the restaurant often then? Not according to the chef. He said it was the first time he'd seen the guy. A programmer, and a first-time customer at that. What possible reason could Maggie have had to kill a guy like him? That's what I thought. But a motive was still somehow established for her trial. Well, that's surprising. You're kidding. What was her supposed motive? Sorry, pal, I'm really busy. I haven't even got enough time to sift through these papers. Look into it yourself, okay? What could this motive have been? I don't know, it seems like the big mystery is what her motive could have been. Because it really seems like she wouldn't have had anything. Like, she doesn't even know the guy. This isn't really a proper investigation. I'm kind of working on it by myself. Oh, that's right. The judge already ruled on the case, and all the evidence is already in. The only problem is with Maggie's testimony. Yeah, it doesn't sound very good for us, huh? Look, pal, I've got a mountain of papers on this case to look over before tomorrow. So, I'm just gonna say it. Maggie Bird's no liar. Okay, so she's a bit out there and a bit off base sometimes. But she was a good cop. That's not exactly complimentary, you know. So, what do you think really happened? And just how contradictory is her testimony? The biggest problem with Maggie's testimony is the number of people at the table. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Maggie still insists there were another guy sitting with the victim. Right, but get this. Everyone else in the place says the guy was alone, even the chef. And then there's that CD. CD? Oh yeah, she did mention something about a CD. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. But our guys turned that place upside down. There was no CD. What? Not on the table, not anywhere in the whole restaurant, pal. But then Maggie said the victim was wearing an earpiece too? Yeah, but that was for the portable radio in the front pocket of his hoodie. A radio? He didn't have a CD player? You got it. Our phony never explained that contradiction at all. Come to think of it, the owner of Tribulations didn't mention that CD either. I don't know why, but I get the feeling Mr. Armstrong got something to hide. Well, he does have psyche locks on him. We've just lost the Megatama, so we can't figure out his psyche locks. Show this. What's that? A sports paper? Yeah, I found it in the magazine rack at Tribulations. It's dated the same day as the murder. You may be onto something here. And take a look at this. See this writing here? MC Bomber. Hey! What is it? I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah, MC Bomber. Wow, he actually seems to be thinking for once. Ack, it's no good, I can't remember. And he goes back to being the gumshoe we all know and love. Hey, pal, I'm gonna borrow this paper for a bit, okay? I wanna get a handwriting analysis done on the scribble. Writing, huh? That'd be good to know more about that in any case. Thanks, pal. I bet this'll turn out to be an interesting clue. Sports paper given to Detective Gumshoe. Alright. Do you know anything about this? What do you make of this? Sorry, pal. All I can think about is Maggie at the moment. No, I didn't mean like that. I meant you don't have to explain, really. We already all know that you have a crush on Maggie. You don't have to hide it. Alright, let's go back to Trey's Bien for now. And honestly, I don't remember what I was doing. Let's just keep moving around. I'm sure something will happen. Right? Oh, wait, we didn't, I keep forgetting that I can present people. Because we didn't present any of the people to Gumshoe yet. Let's present... I want to see what he has to say about Maggie. Have you gone to see Maggie? Of course I have. But I wasn't much good at consoling her. I'm not very good with words. Oh. Yeah, I guess I must have looked a bit down. Maggie was really supportive of me. It was great to have someone to talk to. Well, hopefully she felt the same way. Did he go for her or for himself? Probably a bit of both, honestly. Okay, Trisbien's owner and chef, a witness in the case who is also into aromatherapy. The chef of Trisbien, huh? You know what that chef said to me? Ooh la la, your body is so full of the toxins. And then he gave me this bottle. What's in it? I don't know. The label says juniper. I'm under orders to put a few drops of it in my bath every day. Under orders? Yeah, you know, there's something about that lady. I mean, guy. About that lady? Is Armstrong a lady? Huh? You can't stop thinking about him? Not like that, pal. Give me a break. He's not my type. I mean, I can't stop thinking that he's involved in this case somehow. Sounds like he knows a little more about our charming chef. Oh, or did he just make that mistake because Gene Armstrong is a very feminine sort of guy? What do you make of this? Okay, no. Alright. I think we exhausted Gumshoe for the moment. Go here. Let's see. Excuse me, sir. Could I ask you about this? Okay, yeah, no. Nothing about him. I forget if we asked him about him. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Nothing. Let's show him his own thing. Okay, even nothing about his own thing. Got it. Alright, I don't know exactly where we were gonna go next. Oh, there's an update at our office. Poor Maya, it looks like Mr. Armstrong's really taken a shine to her. I suppose I'll have to let her work at the restaurant for a while. I'll go pick her up some tres bien once things have cooled off. Okay. Is that it? Okay. Where the heck do we go? see, what am I missing here? Hmm. Um. Well, that's the last place we got a lot of info from. So, oh, yeah, I missed one. So, what exactly is that? So, what exactly is it that caught your attention about the chef at Tribulations? It's, kind of hard to say. The guy's probably not even connected with the case anyway. Hey, come on, detective. Didn't you say you'd give me the dirt on anything? Well, this sort of stuff is kinda unimportant. Gossipy stuff, you know, pal. Look, how about this? You go to Tribulations and investigate the place yourself. And if you find out anything suspicious about the guy, you report it back to me, okay? Don't suppose I get a choice in this, huh? Guess I better find out more about the chef and Tribulations, then report back to Gumshoe. Okay. Now I think we can go back to Tribulations. There we go. The scent of flowers sure is strong. It's almost making me dizzy. Who's this? Oh, hello? Who is that just now? A customer? She had a sort of a dark aura about her. She had sort of a dark aura about her. Eh. Ah, welcome. B Avenue. Wow, what a cute voice. Did you just call Maya's voice cute? Come on, Nick. Oh, it's just you, Nick. Maya! Well, how do I look? Maybe you should quit being a spirit medium. Maybe, but it's kind of boring being a waitress. I mean, you're my first ever customer. Then who is that woman I just saw? Oh! Since you're here, you might as well have something to eat. I am kinda hungry, actually. So, how do you like your new job, Maya? I never knew there was so much for a waitress to do. Take people's orders, bring them their food, make coffee, work the cash register. Of course, we need a customer before I can do any of that. Yeah, it's a nice looking restaurant. It's a shame more people don't come. Don't forget about the ultra cute waitress. Check out my give me a tip smile. Hey, Nick. Why don't you order something? The chef's preparing a tasty lunch set at the moment, or so he says. How much is it? It's the twin tea set. So it's $20, of course. The twin tea set? I believe. I'll be taking a pass on that. It's kind of expensive. What? But you can't. Come on, Nick. It's not every day I get to be a waitress. I want to try carrying plates and working the cash register. How about cleaning the toilets? That should keep you busy. Yeah, right. Maybe later. About the lunch. Oh, a fine choice, sir. No, Kitchen, a lunch special, please. With all the extras, drink, side salad, dessert, and gift. I don't need any of that. Just a moment, please, sir. Maya's really getting into this. So, how much is a set lunch then? $20, huh? But with the drink, side salad, and dessert, it's $45? Hey, wait a sec, Maya. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Here you are, our deluxe fortify lunch set. Whoa! A dish inspired by lobster and abalone fish... Efficiency? I don't know. With balsamic vinaigrette. Bon appetit. Thanks. Come on, Nick, hurry up and try it already. Lobster, huh? Alright, down the hatch it goes. Well? Are you hungry, Maya? I'm starving. Here, it's yours. Really? Remember, Maya, my wallet doesn't print money, so you'd better polish off that plate. I just remembered. I've got to clean the toilets. Hey! You can't be in that much of a hurry to clean the toilets. Tresbien lunch special. Costs $20 despite how unbelievably bad it tastes. How does that guy manage to make good food taste so bad? Hey, Nick, you want to take a peek at the kitchen? The kitchen, huh? Not a bad idea. Now, what was it that Maggie said again? In the kitchen, you'll get to see all the chef's greatest secrets. In the kitchen, That sounds tasty. Hey, wait up, Maya. What is it? I'm pretty busy right now. Weren't you going to show me around? There goes my plan to find some cool clue and show it off in your face. I'd better conduct my search in the kitchen myself. Alright, to the kitchen. January 6th, Tresbien kitchen. Well, it's a pretty fancy kitchen. Yeah, no, you should not have all this drapery near stoves and stuff, though. This looks like a fire hazard. And here it is, the famous Tresbien kitchen. It's my first time in here, too, actually. There is a weird atmosphere in here, that's for sure. Mr. Armstrong will be back soon, so we'd better search quickly. Chop chop. Okay. Let's examine then. Starting with what the heck these bottles are. What's this? It looks like a treasure chest or something. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, it's all his perfume. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 98, 99, 100. They're all the same, too. Hey, wait a minute. What is it? There's one bottle that's different from the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And it doesn't smell. So what's that liquid inside then? I wonder. Hey Nick, we should borrow this. I mean, look how many bottles he's got. He won't miss one, will he? Yeah. I think it's important to take this and test it. Test it to make sure it's not poison. Let's see. Now this is one large mirror. I bet this is where he makes himself look pretty. There's a book on the dresser. Clarence Armstrong's bedtime literature. Not exactly Pulitzer Prize material, is it? It looks like a collection of poems he's written. Poems? Cool. Read one out. And say it in your best French accent with intensity, okay? Okay, here's one. It's called Printemps. The two of the, like, actors from a film, the coffee is still undrunk. Sweet nothing's over too soon on that sad morning evening, the foolish cocktail so delicious. Take the last sip of your tea and know what you must do. I must lie to you, I must. What was that, though? Huh? That's it? Yep, that's a poem for you. Yeah, I don't like most poems. What are these lace curtains for? I don't know, but they give the place a real homey feel, don't they? Lace curtains. You know, if I was cooking a cooking pot, I would be perfectly happy to sit on a shelf under those. How do you respond to something like that? Yeah, I don't have a response to that. Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. I've never heard of most of these seasonings. Hey Nick, this container has oyster sauce. What's that? Isn't that used in Chinese food? Ack, look! Right there on the counter. Oh, the Magatama! My Magatama, what's it doing there? How did I not... How did I not notice that? What indeed? On loan from Maya, recovered from the kitchen of Tresbien. I wonder if he knows what a Magatama is used for, and he knows he has secrets, so he took it. I doubt he knows what a Magatama is, though. Okay. I like to see how one of these... Struggle with reading sometimes. I'd like to know one of those slices through I'd like to know how one of those slices through a cheesecake. There we go. A cheesecake. You don't exactly need a sharp knife for one of those, Nick. You don't. But I bet a sharper knife would cut through it a lot nicer. That smells good. Something's bubbling away nicely in that pot. It must be a lobster and abalone for... I don't know what that word is. With a balsamic vinaigrette. Isn't that what I just ate for lunch? Maybe. What you ate is the only French dish I know the name of. Okay, so she has no idea what I ate. Sounds just great. Just lovely. I don't think there's anything else here. Okay. Let's go back to the restaurant. Oh, let's go back to Vitamin Square. Oh, that bike's new. The old guy's not here anymore. Drat, and I still have some unanswered questions for him. Okay, what's this bike? A scooter, huh? Who'd leave it right in the middle of a park like this? The wheeled guard and the light are busted. I guess it must have been in an accident. It's totally wrecked. It's a lot of... Hey, who do you think you's doing with my bike? Let me guess, this is Phoenix's doppelganger. Judging from the hair. No, I was just... You've been messing with my new bike ride. It's that what you've been doing. New ride? You's gonna pay for this. It wasn't me. I was just passing by. Esden used one of that covered my saddle in crap, huh? Grah, you's gonna pay you catch my drift. No, wait a sec. I'm not a pigeon. I couldn't have. A wise guy, hey? Okay, no wonder he did so poorly with the trial. I oughta beat you so hard it'll feel like yous were smooching the express train. Oh. Yous better watch your back. This ain't over. I'm gonna round up a group of lawyers and then yous gonna pay. Actually, I'm a lawyer myself. What'd you say? I'm Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Grah! Phoenix Wright? You say, and you, Phoenix Wright? Yeah, I am. So, you a wise guy too, huh? 'Cause I'm Phoenix Wright, the one and only. This guy's an idiot. What? Out of my way, I gotta cruise. And there he goes. He's gone. Surely that guy wasn't my phony, was he? I think it's like most definitely. He wasn't anything like me. Guess I better make a note of the scooter. Scooter added to the court record. Pathetic. Oh, it's you. A few threats from a little brat like that? And you look like a pigeon that's got seeds in his eyes. Have you been here the whole time then? I was in that strawberry. I had some thinking to do. More like you had some cowering to do. Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? It's just that if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there? Sir? There you are, you filthy pigeons. You want food? Haha, take that. There we go. 3 locks on him too as well. I knew it. This old guy has got something to hide. And what could it be? The better question is, do I think we can unlock the psyche locks now? Or do I think we have to look at some more things first? I think we should keep moving for now. I think I have the gist of what he's hiding, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was more to it as well. So let's see. Let's go back to Gumshoe for now. Hey, you're just in time. What is it, Detective Gumshoe? The lab got back to me about the newspaper you gave me. Oh, nice. He must mean the sports paper with the memo scribbled on it. So, what did it say? Did the analysis turn up anything? They said the doodle was written by the victim, Glenn Elg. No doubt about it. I expected as much. The victim took the paper with him to the restaurant on the day of the murder. That's our best interpretation of the facts at the moment. I see. Left by the victim, doodle is in the victim's handwriting. MC Balmer. I get the feeling I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh well, I guess it'll come back to me. Don't forget to report back to me with whatever you find in the restaurant, okay, pal? Since when did I start taking orders from Gumshoe? Although, I get a feeling there's something I need to show him. Oh, for sure. We definitely need to show him the bottle. You got one of those aroma bottles too, huh? Only this one doesn't smell. Huh? I don't get you. This was mixed in with all the other aromatherapy bottles, but it's not the same. It doesn't even look the same. Wouldn't you agree? A cologne bottle that doesn't smell, huh? Smells like a skunk to me, pal. Mind letting me borrow that bottle for a while? I want to send it to the lab for analysis. Great, that's exactly what I wanted you to do. The victim was poisoned, so the contents of this bottle are pretty important. Alright. I had a hunch there was something funny about that chef. You suspect Jean Armstrong? I've got that guy's number. I know what his secret is. That must be the same secret Gumshoe was talking about before. I guess I better fill you in on the details. About this Armstrong guy's secret, I mean. Yeah. Tell me everything. So, what's Mr. Armstrong's secret? You ever had lunch at Trisbian, pal? Yes. So, how was it? To put it nicely, it was inedible. Hey, don't worry about being nice around me, pal. You and I both know the reason that place is so empty is because of the food. I mean, the place is clean, and he's got a girl like Maggie as waitress, so... Yeah, I guess that's probably the food. The real scoop on the guy is he's up to his ears in debt. Well, makes sense. Really, how much does he owe? This is the copy of his loan contract. He's about half a million in the red. Half a million? We're talking dollars? Yeah, hey. If it was sterling, he'd really be in trouble. So 500,000, which was the thing scribbled off in the opposite page? Sorry, that guy just took me by surprise. Yeah, this case is full of surprises. And I'd be willing to bet that chef has got something to do with most of them. That's my hunch. Alright. Let's see. Can show you the bike. What do you make of this? Okay, nothing about the bike. Okay. The debt thing. What do you make of this? Okay, nothing about that. What about this? Okay. I think we can move on for now. Bugs me that we have to go through the detention center each time like that. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna try seeing if I can get anywhere with this guy, because I don't think I can think of anything else to do. Okay, 3 psyche locks. It's time you told me the truth. Why are you a regular at a restaurant you dislike so much? Isn't it obvious? People only have one reason to go to restaurants: to eat. To eat? Is that the whole truth? What do you mean? I don't think you go to that restaurant for the food at all. You insolent brat, how dare you accuse me? What proof have you got? I can tell that you're not... Wait. I can tell that not you or nor anyone else in this world would go to a place for its food. Because the food tastes unbelievably bad. The proof is in the pudding. Or in this case, the lunch menu. That's the twin tea set. The food at Tribulations is terrible and expensive. You're wrong. It's cheap. Huh? I'm rich. I inherited money when I was a boy. Yes, I'm stinking rich. I haven't done a jot of work since I was born, other than feeding the pigeons. What a load of crock. The taste's another story, but the price, it's nothing to me. So you're saying that you go there because you've got money to burn? Exactly. I got so much cash, I go for a swim in my money vault every day. Unfortunately, that's a lie. What? You don't have money to burn. You're flat broke. 'Cause you're looking for a job. There. This is yours, right? My magazine. Why would a rich retiree be looking for a job? I was, so I was looking for a job. I'm buying a lot at the moment. I need spending money. Oh. I don't go to that restaurant for food. I just go for the Javaccio? Yeah, I think I know. I think you mean a cappuccino. Anyway, how much does a cappuccino cost there? $8. Oh my god, that's so much. Those had better be some golden beans. What's your problem? You think a poor man would be better off drinking dishwasher, do you? Is that it? No, I wasn't thinking that. I was wondering if the coffee there was really that great. No, it's not, but anyway, yes, that place has free newspapers to read every day. Newspapers? Exactly. They don't want me hanging around at home, so I go there. I'm sorry, sir, but there are no free papers to read at Tribulations. Do I do this? Take a look at this. What is it? It's a newspaper I found behind the magazine rack at Tribulations. So, what of it? This is the only paper there, and it's dated more than 1 month ago. What? Do you see what I'm getting at here? That restaurant doesn't get newspapers. This is just one that a customer happened to leave behind. Arg! Tell me, why are you so determined to hide the truth? I'm not hiding anything. I'm going to have to put this guy out of his misery. Listen, the real reason why you go so much to Tribulations is... it's probably the waitress, isn't it? What are you asking me about that girl for? She was the waitress at Tribulations. Therefore, the answer to the mystery of why an old man would drink expensive coffee at a terrible restaurant is the waitress. But I don't recognize that face. And you are probably telling the truth here, because you weren't looking at the girl's face, but at her outfit. Gulp. That's the truth, isn't it? You became regular at the restaurant because of the waitress's uniform. That uniform is all you can think about, isn't it? I can't take it. To you, that waitress was your... Enough! Please, no more! Stop saying that word. Stop saying waitress. Stop it, stop it, stop it! Gross old man. Sir? Yes, it's true. I was there for the young girl. Fine, so I'm a dirty, wicked, sinful old devil. No, I didn't mean it like that. I even get one of those lousy cups of Javaccio every time for $8. All because of the serving girl. Punish me, lock me up. Really, that's not what I'm here for. You'll be the same another 20 years and you'll understand what it's like. You'll know how painful it is to be an old man like me. No, really, listen, sir. Stop calling me that. I have a name, you know, boy, so show me respect, huh? I'm Victor Kudo. Sorry, Mr. Kudo. You young ones think you know it all, don't you? Well, I'm not saying another word. I won't tell you anything more. This guy was in the restaurant at the time of the incident, which means I have to hear his testimony one way or another. I don't believe this. I even broke his psyche locks and everything. I guess I'll have to try to get him when he's in a better mood. Good luck with that. This guy seems to be just Mr. Grumpy Grump all the time. Can I show him this? Okay, no. Alright. Go back to the restaurant. And then... Detention center? I'm a little bit lost on where we should go next. I guess we can see if we can talk to Maya a bit. Nothing there. Can show her this. About this. Sorry, Nick. I'm a waitress now. I've got a pile of work waiting for little ol' me. Okay, I'll show you this guy? About this. Nope. Okay, what about a kudo? Oh, it's that old man. Is he still feeding the pigeons? Yeah, he fed me as well. I got a bunch of those seeds in my eyes. Oh, ouch. Hey, Maya, would you mind coming with me for a while? Huh? Me? Why? There's something I really want to ask that old man. Sure, okay, I'll just get changed. No, hang on. Can you go like that? I guess. He's gonna use Maya? Okay, I guess it's the only way to get information out of him, but, like, I find it a bit disgusting using her like that, you know? Sir? You again? Well, I see. Nick, his eyes are burning into me. It's okay, I think it's going pretty well. Ka. Huh? You're still just a little child. Run along and play on the slide, alright? Play on the slide? Ugh, we were so close. Just a little more and he would have spilled. Ha, pigeon, ka. How can we crack this guy? Excuse me, please, sir? Quiet, can't you see I'm feeding the... Pidge? Oh my god. I guess I should have expected that, but like... Ugh. Mia? Well... If you don't mind, sir, I'd really love to talk with you. Yes. Of course, certainly. I'm Victor Kudo. Even from beyond the grave, wow. I am so disgusted by this guy. About the incident. You mean the man who died after drinking the Javacchino? It's like he's a different person. It was quite a shock, even for me. He was a strange-looking boy. The girl took the Javashino over to him, you see. And was the customer alone? Definitely. He was the only person at the table. Then he took one sip of his Javashino and and he said something like "ah" and then collapsed dead. Oh, how terrifying. You're so good at listening, aren't you? I'll tell you anything, whatever you want, you know? He certainly seems to be telling the truth now. But it looks like Mr. Kudo didn't see this other man either. Do you like the food at Tres Bien? Well, of course, I'm really quite a sophisticated man. I was a young businessman once, you know? I set up a casino in London. Really? How interesting. Eating the food at that restaurant really takes me back to my days in France. What a lovely story. London's in England, not France. That's exactly what I was thinking. He's making up stories now, I think. Oh yes, France is wonderful. I'd love to show you around the city sometime. It's too much. I can't take it. I want France. Ha ha ha. I can't believe I can't believe Mia's laughing at the guy. Well, you kind of put her in that situation that she kind of has to laugh at him. You visit Tres Bien a lot, don't you? Of course, I mean, yes. I'd love to come and see you there. Really? Oh, you flatter me so. The owner would be delighted to welcome you, I'm sure. Be careful of that chef, my dear. The chef? You mean Mr. Armstrong? That's right. The man's an ex-con. He's a ex-con? Great. He's an ex-con artist. Though I wouldn't say ex-con, I would say that he's just a con artist because I feel like he's conning people with his aromatherapy and all that. Anyway, tell me about his record. Whatever did Miss Armstrong do? Mr. Armstrong do? Oh no, those eyes. I can't take this. Mia's really got this guy eating out of her hand. He steals things from his customers. From his customers? Gloves, handkerchiefs, little things mainly. Well, he did steal the Magatama from us. So, that checks out. He's a pilferer. So, you can be careful around him, my dear. So, you be careful around him, my dear. There we go. Are you sure about this? Of course, he was arrested for it once. How did they not check his record for this? Jeez, that trial really was a mess. It was there when it happened, having my Javachino. He really is a regular. Let me write you a little haiku for it. A haiku? A Japanese poem. It'll explain all you need to know about that chef. You know what? I bet that chef stole that CD. Victor's note added to the court record. Just thought I saw a notification. Never mind. Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. Okay, so he's convicted before a wicked man or woman. So, does that mean he's not sure if he's a man or a woman, or that he's someone who can disguise as a man or a woman? And that he's a repeat offender is kind of obvious there. If he takes anything again, you let me know. If it's not too expensive, I'll buy you a replacement. Poor guy, he couldn't do enough for Mia. Okay, Phoenix. That's about as much as I can do to help. Thanks, Mia. We got some really important information thanks to you. Honestly, I can't believe Maya called me for something like this. I thought she just appeared on her own. The fact Maya called her for something like that is, I don't know, the whole situation's just weird and kind of creepy, and I'm not liking it so much. I guess it's about time to wrap up today's investigation. Had enough of being a waitress? Yeah, plus, no one came to the restaurant. Ooh la la, Mademoiselle Maya, no. How can you leave me like this? I'm sorry? That reminds me. Mr. Armstrong had a psyche lock or 3, didn't he? I'm going to have to break those. I'm guessing that's my cue to go break those right now then. Mr. Armstrong, I hope you won't mind, but I'd like to have another word with you. Volunteers, of course. Alright. Let's present the Megatama to him then. See if we have enough for this. Maggie's motive. What's happening? I do not like this horrible feeling. I have to know the truth. What happened that day? Allures, allures! I will confess everything. Just don't hurt me. Huh? Well, that was a new world record. It was a lottery ticket. A lottery ticket? The man who died here had a lottery ticket. For $500,000. $500,000? Oui. But after the incident, the ticket... It disappeared. The ticket disappeared. This was the motive that the prosecution gave for Maggie. He did it. That's my final guess. He did it. He needed $500,000 for his restaurant, so he definitely took that. And I can... Well, he's cooking all the food. Like, it would be so easy for him to put poison into the cup. And we found that bottle in his aromatherapy stuff. Like, how could it not be him at this point? They said that she poisoned the man to get the half of the $1 million lottery ticket. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Ms. Lors, you've been trying to hide this information about the lottery ticket from me. But I want to know the reason why. No, monsieur, you doubt me? I have confessed to you everything I know. Mr. Armstrong, the $500,000 lottery ticket? I think I know who took it. I think the winning ticket was stolen by this person. You took the ticket. Mr. Armstrong, I believe there is a very high probability that it was you. Ah! Wow, that was one piercing scream, even for a man like him. Mais pourquoi, moi? Why? You have no evidence. I am not the mask. I am not the kind of person who steals the property from others. Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. I present you proof that you have stolen from others in the past. What is this? A poem? Oh, monsieur, you know me so well. I adore poems. Please read it and put some feeling into it. Convicted before, a wicked man or woman. Repeat the offender. I'm sorry, I have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong. Oh, wait, I'm sorry I have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong, but you have been arrested for stealing from your customers before, haven't you? Midi, le menson, you are the liar. You deny it? Do not make false accusation, Sylvain's plat. So you have. So, do you have any proof? I want to see the incontestable proof that you have ever stolen from one of my customers. Okay. Proof that he has stolen from one of customers. Well, the sports paper, right? Imbecile. You are an imbecile. Well, you don't have to be so rude about me guessing the wrong thing. What are you singing? Just one of my favorite chansons. It is called Imbecile. It is French. Come, monsieur, sing together with me. Imbecile, imbecile, you are an imbecile. Armstrong's definitely stolen from his customers before. I just need to find the right evidence to prove it. So, do you have any proof? I want to see the inconstantable proof that I have stolen from one of my customers. Okay. How's a thing for waitresses? Stolen from one of your customers. Well, I'm guessing it's just this. Actually, now that I think about it. It seems old habits die hard, Mr. Armstrong. What is that? This is my magatama. And I found it in your kitchen. No! Wow, that scream just now broke some windows. Wee. I have a weakness for little trinkets and figurines. And it just slips out. I cannot stop. You've stolen handkerchiefs, gloves, and other things from your customers, right? It is la truth. I am just a timid little girl inside, monsieur. A timid little girl. Besides, this time, it was not a small trinket. It was $500,000. Mais non. Why would I steal it? I have no need for such money. Really now. Oh, monsieur, what is it? Isn't it true that you're in some pretty serious trouble? And that you are in desperate need of a large amount of cash? This restaurant is deep in the red, isn't it? Ah! You have a loan to the tune of $500,000. That lottery ticket would have wiped out your debts. Gah! Well, Mr. Armstrong, what do you have to say for yourself now? Ah! Nice. Mr. Armstrong. You said the victim had a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. How did you know he had something like that in the first place? The man, he was listening to the radio with the earpiece. Maggie said something about that too. The winning number was announced on the news, I think. All of a sudden, he exploded. Yes, $500,000, he shouted. And the ticket? He had all of his tickets spread out on the table. I was so desperately in need of money, so I put the poison in his coffee. No, 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 you naughty man. I simply helped myself to one of his tickets. What? The victim collapsed and Maggie passed out. I thought myself, pourquoi pas? He's had so many of them. Yeah, but only one of them was the winning ticket, right? How could you do that, Mr. Armstrong? Maggie was arrested because of you. No, this is not true. I did not take it. The ticket for $500,000, I mean. But you just told us you did. You said you took a ticket. Mes amis, ma fille. It was not. That's enough. Huh? Ah! Mr. Godot! What in the heck are you doing here? Ugh. This is without a doubt the worst coffee I've ever tasted, Mr. Armstrong. He came in here for coffee? Does his craving for coffee know no bounds? I think that was obvious during the last case. He really does. There isn't limit to coffee for this man. Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day in question. I am the airhead, no? Just a pretty little girl who everyone is laughing at. But in that case, Maggie shouldn't be the only one under suspicion. He had the wrong ticket. What? Mr. Armstrong made off with the winning ticket's pretty neighbor. So, the ticket he took was worthless? Not quite. He did win something. $1. You see, I am a pretty face. Without my looks, I have nothing. Well, to be fair, you took their neighbor. Like, you probably just mistook which ticket was the winning one. So? What happened to the winning ticket then? The one he meant to steal? Indeed, what did happen to it? I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers, so we'll just wait and see how the movie turns out tomorrow, won't we? Ugh. Voila, you two. Time to laugh at the pretty little airhead. Looks like I won't be needing this note anymore. Victor's note thrown into the trash. Looks like we've got a new mystery now. Namely, where did the winning ticket go? I feel like we might still need that. But I guess not if he threw it away. I've got a bad feeling about this. Well, anyway. We can't let Maggie suffer any longer for this, and certainly not again. Alright. Well, that's our first investigation done. Pretty sure I was planning to do an investigation and a trial today. Let me just make sure. Yep. investigation and trial. Alright. Well, let's carry on then. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor. Maggie. Ack. Detective Gumshoe. Uh, are you alright? How are you feeling? As if you need to ask either question, sir. Don't let him get you down, Maggie, and don't forget to eat well, okay? Roger. And you. Yes? You'd better square this case away. Got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest. I think he's serious. Hey, detective, you're on our side for once, right? Yep. So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir? Uh, of course. I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh out with the facts, be sure to point it out, alright? Sure. Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You get me? Got it. So, just like normal. Being the first person on stand and me questioning all the things that are wrong. Honestly, sounds good. Worked out every other time, so why not? I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all goes pretty smoothly today, huh? I can only wish. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, and there goes the first coffee. Shall we count the coffees this time too, chap? I know that always seems... Well, it always seems fun to me. I kind of hope that you guys are having fun counting all the coffees Mr. Godot has. Anyway, one coffee down? Ah, bitter. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Ah, what's wrong? Nothing, it's just, whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You's talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating. No, it wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix. I see, so our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he? Our trusty. So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please? Mr. Trite, whenever you're a fake or the real deal, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough, though through this trial today. But I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another. Yeah. As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial, nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial. I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said, trust me. Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness. Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation? Witness, state your name for the court. Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. The name's Police Department Detective, occupation Dick Gumshoe. If you didn't guess, that just now made me facepalm, because he just said his name is his occupation, and his occupation is his name. Other way around, detective. Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigations tied up with another case now. I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control for everyone's sake. I see, so Detective Gumshoe... Oh, excuse me. I see, so Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case? Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elg. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Inc., a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The report accepts this into evidence. Glenn's autopsy report. Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. Oh, what was that, what was the results of the test of the bottle, anyway? And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. Okay. The incident took place... The victim was sitting right here. Okay, this is pretty much the layout that I had in my mind, except the kitchen on the left was actually at the bottom and the door was on the other side of the... I want to say the other side of the cash register, but that's not quite right. I feel like you know what I mean. That's probably where the toilets are now that I think about it, but... Yeah. No, this looks about right. The incident took place... The victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. The waitress being the accused. Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were two other people in the restaurant. Mr. Jean Armstrong, the owner and the chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo. Alright. That all tracks so far. It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. Tres bien floor plans. Blueprints of the crime scene. X equals victim seat. Alright. I'm guessing where the victim was seated is important then. Come, detective, take this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own two hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir. Alright. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive. Using the dark aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. Of course you would think that. The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but... Yes? Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood? I already told you, that wasn't me. Also, Phoenix Wright intimidating? I'm sorry, but the most intimidating thing he has done is maybe broken doors down. And that's about it. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. Understand that the guy, Glenn L., was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And when we found was potassium cyanide, that stuff really packs a punch. And it looks like Miss Bird might have had some kind of motive. Sorry, Gumshoe, but we need more details than that. Some kind of motive? Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion. You know what my golden rule is, detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee, you can always get another. Huh? I don't get it. I'm saying we could always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. Gulp. So stick to the facts, detective. And then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too. It disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? And he stole the wrong one. Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? See, that's a little bit hard to say because I feel like we probably don't want to push harder because it'll probably make her look more guilty, but at the same time we probably should press harder because we really do want the truth, and maybe pressing harder will create more truth to get to the real truth, you know. You know what, I usually press harder, let's just go for it. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Ha! I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket. One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant. Aww. Okay, somebody must have just planted a bunch of stuff on her or something. Like, come on. What? I still think it's the chef. I think the chef planted all that stuff on her. And I think maybe he did it after the old guy left the restaurant because, well, I don't know. I feel like it's something like that. I feel like he left the restaurant for some reason. Possibly to call for help, to help Maggie or something like that, because she did faint after all. And he does have a thing for waitresses. I don't know, I'm slowly piecing it together in my head. And maybe it'll be the case, or maybe it won't. Aha, she's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately. I'd better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Yeah. Nobody's gonna get that $500,000. A winning ticket for $500,000 found during the body search of Maggie. Great. This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial, true. But it feels heavier now, somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. You really think there are any contradictions with this testimony? To be honest, I don't know. But Gumshoe told us out in the lobby. He said we'd be forming a united front, right? How we would win this case if he doesn't throw us a line? Yeah, that's true. I was kind of questioning what he meant by united front, since it kind of sounded like it would just be the same thing as always. I don't have a whole lot of options right now. The best I can do is gather the facts together, I guess. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We found that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. Oh, I forgot that we weren't questioning already. Radio at time. Incident took place. The victim was alone at his table. Can I stop you for just a minute? Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence? He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said, and What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey! Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. There are two testimonies tied up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table. What should I do? Should I press on this point harder or no? I should probably press on it harder, right? Yeah. Let's just keep pressing. For now. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Ha! That argument is as weak as the coffee at Tribulations. I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to the guilty vial. Population the defendant. Alright. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. Okay, why was a photo taken? This was the scene as witnessed by the chef, moment after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Trate, could anyone have overlooked a second person at that table? It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. Okay. Let's question the radio. He was listening to the radio, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket. Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece. What should I do? Should I press this point a little harder or not? Just keep pressing for now. And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio? Huh? How should I know? Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have pressed that one. Traces of poison were found on his coffee cup. So, traces of poison were found in the cup. So, traces of poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else? Not sure I get you, pal. Was the poison a liquid, or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance. So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper. Oh, second cup of coffee. Ha! Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee tray? No, but you put sugar in it. Oh. The victim took his coffee black, with no sugar. I see, so that doesn't matter, then. Nah. It seems that the poison could have been in... could only have been in the coffee. Dang person for only drinking black coffee. Oh well. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Well, press on it harder. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee? Huh? What do you mean? According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. And what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it? Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I was thinking. In any case, you were wondering that last objection was for the detective there. Huh? For me? Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. You have to waste... You have the time to waste... You have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? Oh boy. This. Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first degree burns? I guess so. But at the same time, I feel like you should just... yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you should be grateful for it at all. Oh, now I remember. This is the, victim's coffee cup. Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim. Oh, it has a little stain from, sipping the coffee. Oh, yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in his cup. Dang it. And that's coffee cup number 3. Ah! For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants. Okay, well that makes sense. Nothing seems out of place so far. Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. Well, I feel like the chef could have still poisoned it because, well, I noticed that the waitresses there have trays. So all that had to happen is that there was the coffee cup already on a tray. He put the coffee and the poison in the cup and then just handed the tray to Maggie. And then Maggie took the cup from the tray and put it down to serve it. And then took the tray away. And you guys just aren't thinking about the tray at all. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime. I like an old man who knows the score. There is also the matter of $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. But that's like a motive for anyone. Also, did Maggie really need the money? Well, even if you don't need the money, I think almost anyone would want that money, so... Yeah, like, even if you're rich, so... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, sure, it's a motive for her, but it's also a motive for everyone else in that restaurant. Especially since that guy wasn't being very quiet about his winnings either. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren called money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. Alright, Mr. 4 Cups already. With one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie. This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. Alright. Well, it looks like it's really stained with coffee and some sort of orangey red liquid. Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like it can't be blood, can it? Ha! It seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. Well, she's very unlucky, and I think what comes with not being very lucky at all also comes with clumsiness, so... I'm not surprised there's tons of stains on her apron. The coffee, that's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. Something else? I presume you mean... Of course, I'm referring to the pocket. No. The pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide, the very poison used by the killer, was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket. Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it. What? How is that possible? Order, order, order. The court will accept these items into evidence. There's something still bothering me. Mr. Godot, why have you not explained the blood stain to the court? You know, the most obvious thing. Blood stain? What blood stain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a blood stain. Did you not use your eyes? Is that mask all for show and there's no, like, little scanner in it or something? You don't need to be told, just look at it. Well, Mr. Detective, could the stain really be blood? No way, sir. That's... It's just ketchup, sir. Ketchup? It must have gotten some on her apron while, taking someone their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. Pull a stunt like that again and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. Ugh, that's way too much ketchup. I thought everyone knew what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They have all been clearly established. Well, Trait, it seems you really are a phony after all. You really know how to drive a man nuts. Witness, please continue your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there. Okay, another testimony. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trite. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one, so let the fun begin. Oh, I'm sure there'll be more cross-examinations after this one. Case never finishes up that quickly. Unless it may be a tutorial case, but this is the 3rd chapter. We're past the tutorial cases by now. Anyway, the crime scene was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a scary old man, sir. Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe? There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. We're obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatching right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them and seeds. Seeds? Ha! It was nothing. I caught each one of them with my teeth. I guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. Why, though? I have something in mind, but yeah, I'm not gonna say what. But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. Okay, how could you find out who he was without the identification? Wait a sec. Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going. There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket. A prescription bag. It seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited the doctor before he went to Tresbian. He got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court. What should I do? Should I leave this one alone or ask to hear more? Leave it, ask about the prescription bag. Ask about his health insurance. Let's ask about the prescription bag. So, what sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. It was completely empty? Well, that's weird. The victim got this from the doctor before going to Tresbian. The bag is empty. Ha! Hmm. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate are you, Trey? Now, what happened about the investigation after that, detective? When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. But you just gave me the bag. Wouldn't the bag be missing from the crime scene? Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you? You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tresbian. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to? You are too cool, man. Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Could it have? I guess if you overdose it, but like he only took one sip of his coffee. Order. Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that? Ha, that's all. What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? Please don't tell me it's like Hottie Clinic again. New Year Otolaryngological Clinic. Otolaryngological. Okay. We're just gonna skip over that. Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight. Okay. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. What? It's mentioned in his autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is, in very, very fine print. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. Well, duh, but that doesn't prove that somebody didn't steal the medication and then put some in his coffee later on. It seems that his medication is irrelevant to this case after all. Is it though? No. Nick, if you don't think of something quick, it'll be all over. Well, they still didn't find the medication, did they? It's still just an empty bag. She's right. But I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Push the medication issue. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. That doesn't change the fact that it couldn't not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. True that. You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. Is it though? It hardly seems like that. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. That is true, but it still doesn't answer the question of where did it go to. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. That is also true, but it did. But it did. The possibility is undeniable. Ugh. That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot? I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. Victor Kudo, the pigeon hater? Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me. Yay, good job, Nick. The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. Ha! I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. I see. Court is adjourned for recess. Phew, that was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my line, sir. No, that's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right? It's okay, I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. And it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even those never-ending bird seeds. We'll be fine. Alright. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. The prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation if you don't mind. I'm Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor, honor and duty are what make me mind you. I can be quite emotional at times too. We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. My occupation? Ka, listen you young'un. How much call do you think there is in kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do, or did back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed. Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe we could embroider my costume sometime. Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of javachino. Seeds? What do you call... What do you think these are, I see. So, you saw everything that happened, Gramps? Did I? Oh yes. Oh yes I did. I saw it all. Then please, tell the court. We're all ears. Sure. I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail. He's really getting into this. What I witnessed. The young man was reading the sports newspaper. The serving girl brought him a javachino, and she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the servant girl, right? There in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. Ka, you're as bad as the rest of them. These newfangled words, what's wrong with old-fashioned ones, Newfangled? All this talk of radios and glasses It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the old days slip away. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I think that's in everyone's best interest. Alright. Where do we begin? Young man was reading the sports paper. I think that's fine. The serving girl brought him a javachino, and she put something in it. Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I. Well, he just made a mistake. I see. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. And I saw what the serving girl put into the javachino as well. I bet I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not gonna like it. Yeah, let's leave it for now. It'd be too dangerous to press this too much. I'd better ignore it for now. So, what happened next? The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. Okay. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. You said I remember her well, in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace. That's what it is. Oh, right. He keeps getting too distracted by the uniforms. He wouldn't actually know what she looked like. You can see all the way up to her. She's practically naked in that uniform. So the particular feature you recognize the waitress is her outfit. But anyone could wear such a uniform, even me. Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish with that image. Yeah, I'm gonna move on quickly so I don't have to imagine that. Don't get all excited, Nick. You've got to keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away. There are other things too I recognize about her too. He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? I'm gonna press harder on that. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant, I would ask you to add them to your testimony. Sure. There was ribbon in her hair and the apron straps were loose. Ribbon in her hair. Okay. There is a bow in her hair. I could count that as ribbon. But the straps being loose? You know what? I'm gonna press it. Gonna press it for now. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all, her face? As if I wouldn't remember that. The witness noticed the straps on the accused apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right, I could never tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. So, you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling that there's something more to this somehow. Um, you know what? Let's ask about the waitresses. Well, he already described the straps, but he didn't describe the back, so let's do that. The identifying features you describe are all things you could see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all? Ha! He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they've asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment, I tell you. I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add any details about any identifying features. Features you've observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure, sure. This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll be even longer, I bet. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. Okay, but what about the apron that has all the stains on it? That would catch my interest, and a lot of people's interests. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. Ka, that filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. Have you even seen this before? Of course I haven't. Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that, Well, you half-witted clot. So he definitely didn't see her from the front then. What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron. Is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning? And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before, yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops. Witness, you can't just oops your way out of this. Huh, well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Another cup of coffee down the hatch. Listen, Trite, here's the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion I forgot what burger a customer wanted. He can't remember. Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. Oh, I doubt he remembers anything about the victim. He was another one of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Giavicino. The cappuccino. I wish he would just learn that word, since he keeps ordering them. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in great deal of detail. Well, he remembers what he kind of did, but does he really remember what he looks like? Other than broken spectacles, which I don't remember him having glasses. Oh, yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up. You mean, isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. Alright. He was another one of those pesky young'un types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. Spectacles? Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green and the other one is broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well. He did have some kind of lens over his left eye. Yeah, but it wasn't glasses. But I wouldn't have called them a pair of glasses. He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some. The rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance. We better come up with something sharp and quick. Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand. The noisy brat kept rustling the pages. Should I... go on for now. I want to go get to the coffee quickly. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Is there anything on that? I know we have the coffee cup. The coffee cup contains potassium cyanide covered in the victim's and Maggie's fingerprints. And I know there's like the little sip thing there. You know what? Let's just try it. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this is a way of testing the credibility of your memory. I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat one of these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Well, I wouldn't promise anything just yet. Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking the coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. Oh, and the sip was on the side that he would pick it up from his right hand. That makes sense. But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used, right? Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. But how? Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Ah! Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better... Wait! If you think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist your testimony? And that young brat was holding the cup with his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young hotbot and you spiky-haired yahoo, who are at fault. Who, me? Thank you, old man. I've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, old man. I've been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Godot? This is my 16th cup of coffee. You've been sneaking cups of coffee because I only counted up to 5. But somehow it's your 16th. I guess we can't count accurately, chat, so I guess we'll trust the game in telling us how many cups of coffee he has drinking. And of course, he never drinks more than 17 per trial, as he says. So he only has 1 cup left. But I think he's gonna regret that. Is that your final stand? Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. Alright, left hand or right hand? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens on his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup his left hand. What? We know the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye, which means he would probably fiddle around with it with his left hand. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays the computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool for the victim's line of work. HD, TV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad. But they don't matter. I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth. It's true, he doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts, in good old black and white. Alright. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs, so that's the left side. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup his left hand. Okay, well, all that seems correct. Let's see if I can present anything. Doodling. Sure, he was doodling with his right hand. Most people are right-handed. A deadly powdery poison. Victim got this from the doctor before going to Traysby and his Oh! He was applying his prescription. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kudo, there's something very strange about your observation of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo, but the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Eh? Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's impossible that the victim was hearing his earpiece with his left ear, because he couldn't even hear with that ear. And he was probably fiddling around with that ear because it's weird feeling cream in your ear. And probably gross feeling as well. Is my guess. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pigeon. Pretty pigeon. Order. This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot? A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javicino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly the victim used both hands. He took a sip of the cup, held it in his right hand, and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking one sip of the coffee. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. Last cup. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elg drank the poisoned coffee. Like this. I don't think he drank it like that. Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of his testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Puh! I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. D- did I have... Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old... I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Oh, come on. Wait. If we stop now, where does that leave me? Well, we couldn't get any good information out of you. All of it was kind of useless. Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there, I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. It's dot your I's or cross your T's. Like, I'm sorry, but you are just a bambling old man. Bumbling, sorry. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything, but I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet, much, much quicker. I can't believe this is happening. Ha ha ha, you better get ready, youngster. I get the picture, just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's got to be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. That's what I was starting to think. The box isn't that big that he can infinitely throw seeds like that. It still looks full, too, so... First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. Well, the clumsy idol... I swear, I keep tripping over my tongue this stream. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. You're doubting me again? You're doubting a poor, defenseless old man? No, I'm not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get a feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Mitnick? Yeah, so what, probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain. That's why that's all you can think of. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please. Alright. Final showdown. Okay, let me look at what we have here first. Job listings, lunch special, loan contract, scooter, Glenn's autopsy, tradesman's floor plans, Victor's crime photo. Oh, the vase is literally upright. That's what I was thinking because, well, I remember going to the crime scene. All the vases were upright. Okay, so let me see. There we go. And present. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? That's what we were thinking, but, look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm no granddad of yours. Ow, ow! Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners... Ah! What is it now? I just remembered something. Yes? Go on. The broken vase. Haha. It was on my table. What? Well, you see... It startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. The vase on your table? Ahaha. Yes, it was on my table. And how my groan came to be completely soaked. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask you a question now. Have I been any use at all? Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Ah, wait a minute. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh yes, I remember something else. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. Wait, listen to me. Well, that was a waste of time. And this is why we should have just, I don't know, questioned the chef instead, maybe. I feel like that's the guy who did it anyway, so why not? Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. Uh-huh. All his fault. And I am still not in a position to deliver a verdict. Yep. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The question on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from his left hand, and the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it. I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor? The witness had just heard. The witness we just had. Wait. The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it according into the statement. Okay. You may each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that. Godot's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies, my own, yours, and Mr. Godot's. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, Victor's testimony. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully it's useful at some point, but who knows if it will be. I'm sorry, this isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old man's apology. Or a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? That is all. This court is adjourned. Alright then. Alright, and that's the end of the trial. And therefore the end of the stream. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the stream tonight, and if you're interested in seeing the continuation, then I'll be streaming tomorrow at 9 a.m. CST. So I'll see you then. And if you missed any of this stream and you want to watch it back, I'll be uploading this to my YouTube channel. Hopefully tonight. It might upload tomorrow though. I'm hoping that I'm able to upload it at least before we start the next stream though. So that's all for me for now. So goodbye and see you next stream.